Hello and welcome to Leadership Wednesday. Today I want to go a little bit deeper to the subject what we already started last week. How can you as a leader behave in a crisis like what we have right now? And during the last week I collected some examples of great leaders and great leadership. And I will post some of the stories below. Most of them are in German, but there are numerous examples in your surrounding as well. First of all, I want to say that a lot of people, especially in the small and medium-sized companies, they are great leaders. And I'm very thankful for all of them who are keeping their staff during this difficult crisis, not fire them at the first moment when there's some uncertainty. Thank you for that. I also want to share some of the stories, what I picked up. There is a gentleman called Wolfgang Krupp. He is the owner and the boss of Trigema. Trigema is a company producing entirely 100% in Germany. And they're doing some sport clothing which are normally produced, but during the crisis they had an order reduction of about 50%. So what to do? Mr. Krupp decided to switch to operational masks. This kind what you put over your face in order to cover you from the disease. And within a couple of days he increased the production and is now able to supply hospitals and dentists and doctors with the much needed masks. It's a great example of a responsibility of a citizen and also a great example of a leader adapting the offer to the market in a crisis situation. The next example is the German company of Jägermeister. Jägermeister you may know for the very famous drink, the liquor. They're producing now disinfection. So they're doing something which is productive not only for your throat but for the health of your hand, killing the germs. Then there is a company which you probably might know, the company of Volkswagen. Volkswagen is doing something very responsible also. They organized in China through their supply chain medical equipment which was much in need in Germany. They decided to purchase the stuff on their own costs and bring it free of charge here to the hospitals in order to bring some relief to the emergency units. Great example also for responsibility as a leader. And then the last story what I want to share. There was a story from a shop owner, and he had not his own shop, he was renting the shop, and he received a letter from his landlord, and the landlord said, "Hey, I know that you have real struggles right now because you cannot open, because your shop is closed by the order of the German government. So what I will do is you don't have to pay the rent for your shop for the month of March. That gives you probably some spare money in order to keep all the employees and to take some pressure away from you." I think that is a great example also for great personal leadership on behalf of the shop owner, and it shows that every one of us can do a little. We have examples that some professional football players giving money to charity during this crisis, which is great, but also all of us can do something. You can help people in need, for example, with grocery shopping, or just for staying at home and not spreading the virus, just disrupting the chain. But you can also help in some small or bigger ways, whatever is possible for you. We have to stand together, and we are leaders in this together. So do your part and make sure that others are doing their part also, and I'm quite sure that together we can handle this crisis. Thank you, and I'll see you back next week.